All right, I lost sound. Is it still no sound? Tell me, Becky. Because I'm doing a mic. If not, I'll move to headphones. Oh no, not my trees. Still no mic? Oh, y'all. Is it still no sound? Sound now? Excellent. I guess it was a little loose. All right, so like I said, this is positivity, energy, all those good things. We're going to get what we put back out there. This is science, pure and simple. Science is energy is neither created nor destroyed. Biblical is the energy you put out is the energy you get back. What goes around comes around. Principle is just that too. So I'm putting some good energy out there. Hopefully. First of all, let me talk about good energy. Y'all with the No Kings parades, protests, lights, signs. When I tell you, you sent so much energy around this world of healing, let me tell you, I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. People who have felt so alone do not. So if you have videos, photos, commentary on your participation yesterday, share it, because you are breaking through the digital gates, the digital gatekeeping, the censorship. You're breaking through all of that right now. Becky, I am sharing my TTs on YouTube. If you, it's not on the Girl Use Your Voice. I have a Lean Into the Spirit TT, but it's not yet at 1,000 people, so I can't go live there yet. I would prefer to be doing this over there because Girl Use Your Voice is about all that, about actually using your voice and stuff. But Lean Into the Spirit is about helping people reconnect to who they are and, just to unbury the shit that's piled on top of them. Hold on, we got a message. So, yay. Okay, so the message we actually got is the 9 of Swords right now. And so the 9 of Swords is, what fears or anxieties am I currently struggling with now, and how can I confront them or overcome them? The message here is, worry and stress will not resolve the situation. You must find the solution. Because the 9 of Swords keywords are anxiety, nightmares, depression, worry, and fear. And I'm telling y'all, your No Kings parade, your No Kings protest, your No Kings all of that, you have combated this. So more of it, please. More of it, please. More of it, please. If you have any videos, any pictures, please share more of it, because you are helping people assuage their anxiety and their nightmares and their depression, to overcome that. There are so many people who claim to be blue dots in red states, and they saw yesterday that no, it's a lot more purple than it seems to be. So y'all keep praying, keep showing up, keep sending light, keep sharing vibes, keep. Exactly. Only God can. And I am a God's girl. So I totally believe in just the energy and light, because to me, God is love, light, and just energy. God is energy. God is in everything. That's why I'm outside barefoot, getting the energy from the earth as we work on this. So definitely, y'all. And tarot itself is just a tool. But the gifts that I have, the gifts that were given to me, the gifts that I was trusted with, are the things that I am starting to embrace. And it's a hard thing, especially if you grow up in a Black culture, one that has been beaten by the Bible and the interpretations of the stories and such. What I know is God existed before a book. God exists outside of the pages of a book. And my soul knew God before there was even a book. And so what I am here to do, as scary as it is to help share my light with the world beyond just quote unquote being a good listener. I've heard that my whole life. Even as a business coach, I was leaning into my intuitive gifts and receiving divine downloads and sharing with people what it is. I was essentially affirming and confirming things that God had already told them. They were sharing with me things that they never even voiced out loud, and would say like, how did you know that? Because God was giving it to me. And so now in these last 3 years, I have slowly embraced the fact that yes, I am a seer. There is no I think I'm a seer. I am a seer, and I know that for a fact. I've been doing this since I was a child. I'm not one of those who says, oh, it just came on me. No, I've been doing this since I was a child. I do premonitions. Thank you for the shares and the loves and the likes. I appreciate that. I have premonition dreams. I've had the ability to see people's past lives. I've had ability to hear from authors who are dead as I'm sitting in college listening to or having a discussion about their poetry. And I'm like, how the heck did I know this? Like, for instance, we were reading this poem or this prose piece in English class. And I'm reading it, and I all of a sudden hear, because, you know, a lot of writers are perverts, y'all, in case y'all didn't know that, especially. And so they said, you know what this is about, right? And I'm like, looking left and right, like, who the heck said that? Because I'm reading it, it's like, you know, this is about sperm making its way to the egg. And I was like, what? And so I'm listening to the stories, I'm like, oh my gosh, it is. And then then I heard, and it was really funny. It was like, but you know that the author was actually a lesbian, right? And I was like, what? And so I asked the professor. I said, and my professor was obviously not straight. And so I said to him, I asked him. I said, sir, was she a lesbian? And he goes, how'd you know? I was like, I don't know how I knew, but I knew. And like the writing was like 100 years old or something. And so it was just really interesting. Like I said, I've been doing this since I was young, and I just had no idea. I think, I don't know if it was on this profile or on a previous one, but I shared one about how when I was a kid I was used for my gifts before I even knew I had gifts. So my family, growing up, my family used to gamble, and they would gamble like by betting on horses. There's something called a highlight, and so they used to gamble on these different places. Motorcycle, if it could be gambled on, luckily they didn't live in Las Vegas. Gamble on these different places. Motorcycle, if it could be gambled on, luckily they didn't live in Las Vegas. But if it could be gambled on, they gambled on it. And so they would ask me as a kid, like, what's the numbers? And what was really funny about it is, one, I didn't think anything of it. And two, I would close my eyes and I would literally run the numbers through my head and wait for the one that lit up right here. And I didn't know I had a third eye. I didn't even know what a third eye was. And so I would find the numbers that way. And so I would run it 1 through 9 or whatever number they gave me. And I would go, okay, and so in my head, I'm like 1, 2, 3, you know, until something lit up. And what ended up happening is more times than not, they were winning with me. And I started to rebel against that. I started to rebel against being used. And so I would just give them a number instead of running it through my head. And eventually they stopped asking me, because then I was like wrong more than right. But I remember using it in my own gift in college, in a history class that I hadn't studied for. And it was multiple choice. So I looked at the answers and I'm like, I have no idea what these answers are. And so I would sit there and do the same thing. I would go A, B, C, D. So whichever one lit up, that's what I would bubble. And I remember doing it on this one particular test. And the very next class, I got congratulated for being the person with the highest score. So I was like, my angels told me, because by college I was saying they were angels. And I didn't realize it was a gift. It was a gift of sight and third eye and all that stuff. So I've been doing this as a kid. I asked my mother just recently, I said, especially after I took my first mediumship class and I realized, oh my gosh, like I already do this. I already do everything she's telling us to do. I just didn't realize that I did. And I asked my mom, I said, did I ever tell you things that came true? And she's like, yeah. And then she kept walking. So I could tell she was uncomfortable. And I was like, did I ever dream things that came to pass? And she said, yeah. And she just kept walking. And, so, and I was like, what? And so recently I dreamt that my uncle had cancer. And I woke up very distraught and crying. And I went to my mother, I think Uncle Bernard has cancer. And she stilled. Like, she just froze. And I was like, what? Does he? And she's like, how do you know? I was like, I just dreamt it. And that's when she, like, her voice broke and she said, I believe he does. He just won't tell us. But then she tells a story of taking him to the hospital and the nurse trying to give them some kind of procedure of what he's to do before he starts chemo. And his longtime girlfriend was like, what does he need chemo for? He doesn't have cancer. And so the lady stopped. The nurse stopped talking. She assumed they already knew. And she stopped talking. And so I'm like, why are you saying you think you do? Why are you saying you think he knows he has cancer? He obviously does. He just doesn't want to know or for y'all to know. So, okay, y'all. So, and I'm getting goosebumps. So recently, for my Blue Lulus and 4 a.m. people and just all the energy feelers out there. So 2 of the dreams that I had this year regarding what's going on is that there are things working out in the background, that there are people doing what they need to be doing in the background, and it feels like nobody's doing anything. But what I do want to tell you about what's going on is the net has to be made bigger, because the problems are beyond the guy in front. The problems are beyond the orange man. The problems are beyond his second, his third in command. The problems are way beyond what we are looking at. It goes into the money men. It goes even deeper than the money men. It's a big thing. And so it basically is going to have to be like a dragnet. Like, it's going to have to take the whole cabal down. And that is bigger than we know it to be. And so what I'm telling you is, please have a little bit more patience. I know that I have been so impatient and so anxious, but once I had that dream in March and I felt the reality of life shift, it was weird. All of a sudden I went from super, super anxious to feeling like I slipped mentally into something else, to the point where I told my therapist, like, I think I'm dissociating. Like, I literally told the therapist that. I'm like, I think I'm dissociating because I'm calm. I feel at peace. And that was either right after the dream or right before the dream. So I know there are things working out. It's bigger than we know it to be. It's bigger than we know it to be. The people we're really angry at, they are a key part. Most of them women, most of them pantsuits women. Like, I'm looking right now, as I can see. The pantsuit wearers. So I want you to look at Congress and think about who's in Congress. The power suits, the blazer jackets. Those people are working in our favor. There's a lot going on that we don't know. There's a reason why they're silent. There's a reason why they didn't contest it. Yeah, because... Other message, because there is a lot of deceit and manipulation going on in the background. There's a lot of it. It's not just the stuff that we know. It's a lot of it. And you see that some of the people are becoming emboldened, such as Stephen Miller, like, he's stepping forward into the light more. So you're starting to see him more. But there are people who are still shadowy and still in the background, such as Peter Thiel, for one. He's now taking over the head of Doge. So, sorry, hold on. It says pin this thing. Okay. Yeah, always felt trusted Dems. Yeah. Like, that trust is a little, I was going to say iffy, shaky. And I understand, because, like, so many people are angry, and I get it. I really get it. But I'm asking y'all to please have some patience. I know patience is hard when you're watching all the injustice that's happening, but trust me, this is an alternate timeline to what it was supposed to be. So yes. There's a reason why the silence happened. But just before we get into this, yeah, see, before we get into this, it's definitely the dishonesty, the manipulation, the deceit, the aggression. And then there's also that keyword of lack of confidence here, which is the people. We are feeling that lack of confidence because of those previous things that are in front of us. But also, this was the Page of Swords. And so it says, be bold, be curious, be eager to explore the world around you and learn new things. So what new ideas or perspectives am I currently exploring? And so the positive of this would have been curiosity, intellectual pursuit, communication, exploration, confidence. Well, what we're getting is a lot of the opposite because of what they're doing. So I want you to know, and I'm gonna put it this way. The spirit world is working. Actually, I had a friend who brought this up. See, I'm getting goosebumps, so that's my affirmation. I had a friend who brought this up during conversation a little while ago. And as we were talking, she's like, you know, like, when is the good gonna happen? When is something gonna happen? And she's like, what's going on? Like, why would you know, like God and the angels and all this stuff allow this to happen? And I immediately got a conversation of we're on the way. Like, not we're on the way. We're coming or we're here? It was something like that. And I literally saw the transport. It's weird. But I saw like the transport or what do you call that thing? Think sci-fi movies, you know, where it's like from here to there. I can't think of the word. It's like an apparition. I'm in Harry Potter land right now. But like I saw them up there, and I saw huge wings, and I saw battle swords. I saw them up there, and then I saw them here. And it's like either we're on the way. I'm getting goosebumps again. So it was either we're on the way, and it's really hot out here, y'all. So I'm getting goosebumps in this heat. It's either we're on, well, this was back then, so it would be then we're here. Yes. But then it was like, we're on the way. So I saw them coming down. And right after that, like things started shifting. And the shift is like, that's when we started getting the revelation of things. Like little by little things are starting to happen. Little by little, we're starting to see things. Like for instance, the Rockland lawsuit that was filed in December 4th. Now at the end of May and beginning of June, it's beginning to happen. So when I tell you Gemini season is culminating what happened in the fall, and it only makes sense, right? Because it's 6 months out, right? Gemini season is flipping that on its head. So summer is gonna be confrontational. It just is. I'm not sorry that it is. We have so much that we have to confront. And it's going to be interpersonal confrontation as well as community confrontation as well as bigger confrontation. And so if you guys notice, yesterday's confrontation was huge. Like yesterday was the first time I've ever heard about the 3.5% thing, of where they say 3.5% of people rebelling is like when things start to flip. We have bigger than that. So let me tell you, it's there. And what's really interesting too is like for the last like 3 months or so, I kept hearing, we're not there yet. We're not there yet. We're not there yet. And the we're not there yet was about people still needing to change within their own hearts. People still needing to confront and see their own hand in this. And so I kept hearing, we're not there yet. We're not there yet. We're not there yet. Hold on, y'all. I cannot be bit up by these mosquitoes. And so, we keep hearing that. Well, I kept hearing that we're not there yet, we're not there yet, we're not there yet. And so, oh, the other one's out. Let me get the other one real quick. Okay, it's not out. It's just, ooh, it's almost out. I need to get another one. Listen, mosquitoes in Miami are horrible. Are you still on? I got everything. I got everything. Because I don't do mosquitoes, y'all. They make me paranoid. That's when my autistic side kicks in. I'm just like, ooh, yeah. Like yesterday's dress that I wore had a tag, and it was bothering the hell out of me. And also when I do spiritual readings, I like to take my bra off because of the sensory issues. But I can't do that because I'm outside and I'm on here. So let's get to this final one so we can get into what we're here to do. So that, look, So the card that popped out while we were talking about that earlier, about things coming and changing and whatnot, is the King of Swords reversed. The King of Swords reversed. Y'all! I can't wait for this house of cards to tumble down. Topple. All right, King of Swords reversed. So King of Swords is supposed to be a wise person, because swords is supposed to be about thinking and mental acuity and stuff of that nature. And so the saying on here is be wise and just leader. Be a wise and just leader with the ability to make fair and impartial decisions for the good of all. What leadership qualities do I possess, and how can I use them to guide others? So King of Swords is supposed to be about leadership, authority, logic, objectivity, and fairness. But y'all, it came out reversed. So y'all already know what it is and who we talking about. We're talking about the cabal, okay? Which is the abuse of power, manipulation, coldness, lack of empathy. So y'all, right here, these are the 3 words we got. These are the 3 cards we got here. Just talking about the mess that we have been under is the Page of Swords reversed. So again, in the negative, dealing with anxiety, dishonesty, dealing with dishonesty, manipulation, deceit, aggression, lack of confidence. Then we got the 9 of Swords. Anxiety, nightmare, actually this came out first, anxiety, nightmares, depression, worry, fear. And then we got the abuse of power here with the King of Swords reversed. So that's exactly what we have been living in and living under and living with, and it's flipping. That's what I'm telling you, it's flipping. So keep the energy going. So I guess that's a message for the people. Keep the energy going, keep showing up. You are not alone. You are not a dot in a certain state. You are a drop added to the ocean that is going to change. All right, we're going to tidal wave this baby, but it takes a lot to do that. Thank you so much for the shares. I appreciate it, and the likes, honey. Thank you. All right, so I think we're done with this set. So this set of cards, for anybody wondering, these are my very first sets of tarot cards, and these are learners. So you see they have words and stuff on them. So these are learners. But I'm now feeling drawn to the Light Seers. So now we're going to dip into the Light Seers deck. Okay. Let me think about this. Are we going to Light Seers deck? Let me receive real quick. All right, so we're going to do this really quickly. Let me think of what question has been on your heart. Okay, I got 2 questions, and I don't know if that is... I don't know if I'm going to read that. So let me try to see if I can synthesize these questions. So the questions I got is, when is it going to change? And I also got, who do I need to become? No, that's a different question. Wait, what is that? What do I need to change? And what do I need to do is what I had initially. What do I need to do to help that happen? But now I just got, who do I need to become? And I guess that's because of what I just said about how we were waiting for people in order for the change to happen. So this is essentially... This is going to address all 3 at once. When is that going to happen? What do I need to do? And who do I need to become? So these are the cards that came out. All right, I'm going to read them in order. If I do left to right, then we're going to assume, oh. Y'all, these aren't bad. This does answer. Oh my God, these do answer the questions, all of them. So we're going to read from the top here. The question here is the Fool, right? Now, normally the Fool is about like new adventures and stuff, but this is a Fool reverse, and I'm actually instructed to take this at face value of stop being a fool. Right? Stop falling for anything. Stop doing it without looking, without considering what's happening. So the Fool like this is giving way to the travels, you know, like going on a new adventure, not worrying about what's next, like just making it happen. But we got it in the reverse, and I do read reversals. But in the Light Seers decks, they talk about the reversals being the shadows, the things you actually need to be confronting. And it is just that, the naivety of people to just trust what's before them, even when it goes against their own intuition, right? Their own self-preservation. You would not just jump off a cliff, not even jump off. You wouldn't just fall off a cliff. You wouldn't just fall off a cliff, because people cliff jump all the time. But again, that's intentional. That's usually because you've seen somebody else do it. That's usually because you know that there is an expected outcome, even though it could end up negative for you because you could hit a rock or something that shatters your spine. It's happened. But just falling, not looking where it's taking you, has led to this. So who do you need to become? Less of this. Less of the willing fool. Less of a person who is going to be blind and not think through the consequences. I personally have too much thinking. I overthink, right? But this right here, to answer the question for whoever that is out there with these energies, or actually I think this is a bunch of y'all with this energy. Because again, it's going with what I said before, is that we were waiting on people. And what were we waiting on? We were waiting for people to stop willingly playing the fool. We were waiting for people to stop allowing themselves to be blindly led into a situation without ever thinking of the consequences, right? So there are some people who need to let go, but that's not you. That's not the person we're waiting on here. You need to be more in control. You need to stop being a person who says, I don't do politics, because politics does you, Diddy style. Okay? If you're not paying attention, it brings the baby oil. Woo, I don't know. That was harsh, but that's what it is. Okay? Because doing this the wrong way, an amethyst. What does amethyst mean? I forgot what amethyst is. I know it's my favorite stone. And I actually had the amethyst tree out when I was last reading. Amethyst. I know it's about spirituality, intuition. Okay, I got goosebumps, so I'm going to rock with that. So by you allowing yourself to be blindly led, to be negatively impacted, fed your fear. That's what it's a fool to fear. When it's not your own natural, innate thing, like your ears perking up, your hair standing up, when it's not your intuition to go, hey, something's wrong, when you're instead being filled with fear. They're coming after your guns. They're destroying your kids. They're allowing people to fondle them in the bathroom. They are letting them pee in litter boxes in school. When you're being fed BS, and willingly believing it, instead of verifying, instead of fact checking, instead of using sources you don't normally use, and looking for multiple sources, this you. Stop being a fool. We've been waiting on you. Listen, we've been waiting on you. We have been waiting on you because you got a choice to make. And this is the next card that was in this pile. You have a choice to make. This is Seven of Cups. I'm not going to study this too much because I have a phobia of what's on here. But under these things, this ain't a game. This ain't a game. You can literally see what you're choosing. That's the crazy part about it. This isn't like, oh, I don't know. You can literally see what you're choosing. So Seven of Cups is saying choose wisely. Choose with your eyes open. And make the better decision. Don't grab the snake by the tail, because guess what's going to happen to you? Right? So you have a better choice. You have a choice of community or individuality that leads you into a fear-based, isolated way of living. Like, I'm totally about being an individual, paving your own way, etc. But it is still within the community. And the other thing to check though about your community is it a viperous community? Like, are you in a den of snakes? I don't know what it's called, nor do I care to look it up. Are you in a whole bunch of those things? Are you are you like Indiana Jones and your community is slithering all over the floor? Is that your community? Are y'all slinking around and feeding on fear? Is God going to rain down fire and brimstone on you? Are you dealing with an angry and a jealous God? Is that your God? Because last I know, God is love, light, and energy. Is that what you're dealing with? Because if you are, you're in the wrong community. And that's where you do get to choose a different place. And you're allowed to do that. I just want you to know that. You're allowed to do that. You're allowed to choose differently, but you're being told to choose wisely. Oh my gosh, I love this. Okay, so this is the next one. This is the Three of Wands, right? And look at this picture, first of all. With your choice, oh my God, it's telling such a great story. So with your choice, you get to cross the threshold into a world unknown, but a world in which you have a modicum, a little bit, a method of control, and that is with your surfboard, right? Because life is uncertain. These paths, they wind, they do different things, just like the ocean is uncertain, but the ocean is also your friend. And in these calm waters, as we are walking into the sunsetting of your past and the sunrise of your new beginning, you get to cross the threshold of purpose, of passion, of possibility. That's what awaits you if you make the right choice for you in this season, right? And let me amend that, because I'm getting to amend that, not just for you, but for the community. Okay, so in the right season, and this is where we're going, and you have to turn your back on the past. You can take your lessons that you need to take, but you got to turn your back on the past in order to embrace the possibilities of your future. This is going to be an exhilarating ride if you do so. Whether it's calm or not, this is going to be an exhilarating ride. And I'm going to tell you this, no surfer is happy with a calm ocean. You need to learn how to ride the waves of life without fear, but with excitement, with exhilaration. Like, change and transmute that nervousness energy into excitement. It lights up the same part of your brain, so it's the same kind of coin, but it's a whole different experience. And that's what awaits you, a whole different experience. And you'll have the tools to navigate it if you so desire. All right, so that brings me to the final part, and this is the part that makes it so exciting, right? So we got the Tower in reverse. Now, the Tower is about an ending of things, and this is how I'm getting it. I'm getting goosebumps because I'm getting, while it is the ending of your past, while it is the ending of some of your beliefs that have been warring in your brain and in your heart and in your spirit for a long, long, long time, it's also a new beginning to you, right? And so this tower in the right side way, this is being struck by lightning, right? So it's supposed to be like a sudden type of thing, and things are disintegrating away. So they are basically turning to dust, to particles, to whatever, and they're just disintegrating away. That's not how things are going to happen for you. Again, in the Light Seer's Tarot, this is about those shadows that you're confronting, and you have to start seeing the lightning not as a frightening thing, but as a beautiful thing, because it lights up the night. It shows you the way. Fire cleanses away the fake, right? Back in the day, I remember learning this. This is where the word sincere comes from. Sin means without, seer means wax. Back in the day, people used to try to get over on people, manipulate them with pottery, like, right? Because pottery, people would buy pottery. And if their pottery broke while they were, making it or whatever the word is that they do, killing it, I don't know. They used to fill it with wax and then paint over the wax so that it looks like the pottery was perfect. And the way to test the pottery, because it was made to withstand fire, the way to test the pottery was to put it in the fire. And so the fire will melt away the fat, the wax, and expose the cracks. We're going through the fire right now, literally. Literally. It's not that LA is on fire. It's that the US is on fire. We're going through the fire, literally. And it could be something that we are afraid of. And I will tell you, I have been. And whatever that was that happened in March, that little slip into a different dimension or whatever it was, y'all, when I tell you that fear of mine disappeared, I no longer was like, I have to get a passport, I have to get a passport, I have to get a passport. I no longer saw myself with my children running through the forest, the woods, the whatever it is you would have to do to try to cross a border. I no longer saw that, and I lived with that fear for the last 5 years. Because in 2020, when he first said he was going to run for a third term, and he had not yet even run for a second one, I saw it. And I got my passports in September for me and my children, and we were going to prepare to leave. And then life happened, and all of a sudden it became financially impossible. And so I was still having that fear at the top of this year, and then that dimension slip thing happened, and all of a sudden that fear went away. I canceled my passport's appointments, and I mean, I'll still get it, but I won't be getting it out of fear. It'll be a different energy. But it was like, we're gonna be okay. And the beautiful thing about it, it's a horrible thing. It's really horrible because I hate how slow things are moving. My ADHD is like, hurry the up. But that same night that I had my dream turned out to be the same night they took those 200 men and women that we don't hear about to El Salvador. That same night. So just the act of them flying those people out altered the dimension. It altered the trajectory. If they had not moved that fast, that illegally, before our justice system was totally corrupt, they would have been right on track to whatever it is that they have planned. And now, because of that, they put something else in play. And that's why we have international actors right now working on our behalf. And then fast forward, I think in April or May, top of May, I had another dream in which they had what they needed. And next thing you know, we hear about the ICC applying for or filing for something against the U.S. with a whole bunch of names through some humanity thing. So not through the ICC, because the ICC doesn't have control, but through another thing, Human Rights Act, something that can do the work. And it was like, wow, this is amazing. And then in one of those dreams, I saw a war room, and then I learned that Nancy Pelosi does have a war room that she put together. So when I tell you things are working, things are working. They are working. It just doesn't look like it right now. And let me tell you, those assassinations have amplified the fire. They have amplified the fire. All right. So don't be afraid of this time we're going through, because it's exposing the cracks. It's exposing the cracks. The American dream was not sincere. Not at all. It was forged with division, racial separation, class separation, even. It was forged in a way that just wasn't sincere. And all those amendments we put together were the wax and the paint that we were trying to put over it to hide the cracks. So now we're going through the fire. And I am so sorry to people who are being swept in to it. There's no but to that statement. I'm so sorry. The only thing I can say to that is our souls knew what we were getting into, even when our human selves do not. That's something I've really been learning and truly believing over these last few years, because I question, like, why the hell would I come back here? Why would I be here? I don't want to be here. I don't want to have to worry about these children that I have. And I'm really recognizing the fact that I chose to come here to do something. And this is the beginning of something. So these are your cards, love. They're good cards. They are good cards. So who do you need to become? Someone who is less afraid of the future and who is looking forward to it and embracing it with your surfboard, ready to ride the waves and to paddle through the calm times. So that is what you have in your future. I love it. I think it's going to be amazing. And and keep sending out that light, keep sending out the love, keep sending it all out, because that is what's changing the tide. Wow, that's not a reading I was expecting, but it is one that we absolutely needed. I love that one. All right, so I have people coming through, which is interesting. I have people coming through. Who's coming through? I'm trying to trust processes, y'all, because I don't like doing medium work at all. Medium work scares me. Not scares me. It's just I'm so uncertain with it. I have no confidence in mediumship work yet. I shared in yesterday's live about accidental mediumship, I guess. But I do have so many stories now that I've been in a mediumship class of on-purpose mediumship. And y'all can't see I'm doing the squirrel. So we're going to get into that. Somebody's coming through. Hold on. Give me a second, okay? Gosh, I heard someone has a message. And I'm like, bruh, I'm still putting away my cards. So give me a second real quick. First of all, I got to make sure the mosquito things are still going. I have a little piece. And I just saw my daughter, and I have a chance to call out to her and ask her to bring me another one. Okay, I'm going to put you on my glass. That way you should not run out because you're on my glass. How are you doing? Okay, I'm going to put you on my glass. That way you should not run out because you're on my glass. How are you doing? Okay. We're going to rock this until my phone dies, like we did yesterday. I have 20% battery, so that gives me about maybe 10-15 minutes, maybe 20. Hold on. Come alive, please, come alive. Yeah, I don't do mosquitoes. But they sure do me. They do me, and I don't like it. All right. I'm not a cigarette smoker, but I keep a lighter for these mosquito things. All right, I'm gonna put you right here, okay? I'm gonna put you right here. Don't die out. How you doing? Okay, hold on. Let me switch this out real quick, because that one should be done from yesterday. Mama, that wasn't smart. That wasn't smart at all. That wasn't smart. Okay. I love this lamp. But these mosquitoes in Miami are super aggressive, so I need everything. This lamp works so well in Georgia, but down here, these babies are crazy. Okay, somebody's coming through. Give me a second, man. Man. Hold on. Let me just put this over here. Grab my notebook. I have to write because it helps me capture my thoughts, because when I do mediumship, those thoughts go. So I gotta try to grab some so we can make some sense of some stuff. And what's really funny is, like, that's how I used to do business coaching. I would take notes, right? And I thought it was because of my ADHD. I'm like, I have to take notes to pay attention. That's what I used to always say, is I have to take notes to pay attention. Well, the interesting thing that happened here is, while I was taking notes, I started seeing things for people, and I didn't realize that's what I was doing. And so finally, after a few years, I was like, these are divine downloads, so these are for you. And now I know that, yes, they are divine downloads, but it's a little bit more than that. This is gifting. It's not just a one-time gift. It is something I live with every single day. All right, so let's get into this. So today we have our guest here. We have a clear quartz to try to help me be a clear channel as I practice. See my clear quartz? That's supposed to amplify your gifts and things. I forget what a garnet is for, but we have a friend here who is my garnet. Boys and toys. Like boys and toys. Okay, so we have this garnet. I forget what garnet is for. But I collect trees. I love trees. Trees talk to me. I'm sitting under trees. I love trees. Love trees. They tell us so much. they can teach us so much. And then here is, oh Lord, lapis. Something, lapis? I don't remember. So don't ask me what crystals mean. I took my crystal guru with me to the crystal store, and that's how I chose my trees, but I don't remember them. But I love the fact that it has like a tree stump. So, I'm sorry, in the way. I forgot I got these boards up there. Okay, so tree stump. All right, so these are our friends today. I don't know why I chose them because I don't know what garnet and the lapis means, but obviously they chose me today. So let me sit for a second, and then we're gonna get into this. I'm gonna take a sip of water. I learned from yesterday's mistake of when I got the messages and I started like boohoo crying. I learned from yesterday's mistake. Is my light still on? Am I still making sound? Yeah. Okay. Hold on, I gotta get my headphones out of my chest. Whew. Felt that. That way I have it just in case these people come through, these energies come through and they start making me cry like they did yesterday. By the way, I did give validation. If you go to the YouTube, let me not say that out loud before I get tagged. If you visit the channel, no, let me not tell you to go off of this platform before I get a thing. In my space, in this place where I put the replays of these videos of my lives, I clip them up and then I put some clips and then I put the whole thing. But in that arena, under the comments, I had someone validate yesterday's, actually 2 of yesterday's, because one of the problems, gifts, whatever, that I have is that sometimes I get more than one at a time and they can blend. And so I saw both her mother and her partner's mother, her children's grandparents. And so if you see that comment, there's a series of comments there and she talked about that. So I did not get validation on the other ones, so maybe that person hasn't seen that video yet, but we will see. Right now, I want to put my headphones in, but I don't want to mess up this because I have sensory issues right now. There was a baby crying just now. Like a real one. I don't know if y'all can hear it. That's why I use this mic. Okay. I just got a hi Sam, so if there's someone watching right now on the replay named Sam, someone just said hi, very, very, very like effervescently. They were like, hi Sam. I don't know if that's the kid's name or something that's crying or something, but I just heard hi Sam. So hi Sam. That was interesting. And they felt very young, whoever that was. They feel young, like a younger sibling, possibly. Okay. Okay. Does anybody know what color the Hornets uniform is? I don't know if it's the national basketball team Hornets. Is it purple and yellow? Is it purple? Is it purple and black? Is it? I need to bring my other phone out so I could verify stuff. I got honey, hornet, basketball. Like these are the notes I've written just down right now. I got honey, because I got the golden color of honey, but then from honey it went to hornet. Like I'm still in development, so like still trying to learn how things come for me. But I don't know. Well, Okay, I'm getting goosebumps. So this is a basketball fan. A Hornets basketball fan. What color is their uniform? Because I see purple and yellow, but I'm like, nah, that's the Lakers. Or maybe that was to get me to the Lakers. That's the, like, my symbols, my words, everything, because I have all the clairs. They seem to play word association. So it's like, honey, it's a hornet. Hornet's a basketball. Okay, play basketball. Okay, so now I'm coming into a memory of playing basketball. So this is a younger brother, maybe? A younger brother. Oh, okay. So it's a younger brother who had dreams of being a basketball player, an NBA basketball player. So they're bringing up a memory of playing basketball with you. But they passed. I feel like they got sick. And it was leukemia. Okay, so basically I got a child energy coming through that did pass away from leukemia. I'm just being told that was that. They had dreams of being a basketball player. I'm seeing a very, I want to say angular, like skinny kid. Like I can see their bones because they're starved or anything, but I could see, because they're skinny. They're like a lanky, they hadn't fully grown into their body yet, but they were pretty good at basketball. They were actually pretty good at basketball. So they did have basketball dreams. And I see purple and yellow. Gosh, I wish someone would verify for me. I'll verify later what color the Hornets are. Because I know the Lakers are purple, but this feels like a different purple. Maybe it's a children's Hornets team. That could be it. Like it was a different, same, like similar colors to the Lakers, but it was a kids team, so they were called the Hornets. So maybe that's what I'm coming up with here. Maybe that's what I'm getting. They have basketball dreams. And you obviously took their passing very hard. I feel like you had went off to college, so it actually feels like they were trying to follow in your footsteps. I'm getting like, I looked up to you, like big brother energy. Like I really looked up to you. Oh man, here we go. I'm getting that the times that you had for them, I think you played with them before you left, or you came back and played with them before they got sick. But that time is one of their favorite times. Like they are showing me that memory, and it feels so good. It's like one of their highest moments of their short life. I'm somewhere here between like the ages of 8 and 12. Because I'm not getting teenager. But I am getting older kid. Alright, so yeah, so the that moment, because I just see them like dribbling between their legs and like trying to beat you. That's one of their favorite memories, like the highest memory. Something about Eggo waffles. I don't understand that, but Eggo waffles. Maybe that's something they said to you, is like Lego my Eggo or something, like when y'all play ball. Hey kitty. So like the message is like you'll always be their big bro, but they're the ones looking out for you now. And don't feel silly for talking out loud to them. I don't know why I'm hearing Jermaine. I keep getting J names, and I'm hoping that's not because of my own cousin whose birthday we celebrated yesterday, but who passed a few years ago. Yeah, I'm getting J name for something. So for some reason it's like Jermaine. Maybe that's the last name, and it's actually a G, like Germain. Like, I think that's a French last name or something, or a Creole last name. Because now I'm seeing like that G to it, so it's like a G energy, but a J sound. Well, that's the message that I have for you from them, is that you may be their big brother, but they're the ones looking out for you now. And don't feel crazy talking to them. I just saw you visiting their headstone, and they appreciated that. So, kind of do more of that. Come see them. Come see them more. It shouldn't make you sad. Alrighty. Thank you. And I leave you with their love. And they really do. They really love you. And they really look up to you. And they think you are the bee's knees. They think you're so, so, so awesome. And you made the transition very easy for them. Oh, wow. Okay. They love you lots. Lots, lots, lots. Alrighty. So. But they really, one more thing. So they are, and it feels cheesy to say, but they are super proud of you. Like, that you keep going, that you keep trying, that you're doing things in their name and their honor. But do things for you too. Do things for you too. Do things because you want to. They're so proud of you either way. Okay. It's funny because this name popped up while I was trying to come on to the Germain thing, but I saw this name pop up and it's Carmen. So Carmen's coming in and she's like, it's my turn. Hey girl. Talk to me, babe. Carmen. I wonder if that's her name, because I'm actually seeing like the swishing of skirts from the musical. So I'm seeing like the dancing and the swishing of skirts from the musical. Like the Porgy and Bess version of it, sort of. So I see like the flower in the hair. I see like almost a Spanish skirt to it. Not Spanish skirt. I don't want to say slave skirt. That's a weird thing to say. But, you know, more skirty than skirts are skirting today. I don't know how to say that. Okay, so I get that she liked to play Carmen. So are you actually older than Carmen? Is this just a... Okay. Okay. Okay, so now we're at 10%. So, I'm kind of getting... I think I'm aware of blending two people, or two spirits, two energies right now, because I'm getting a grandmother coming forward. And it's kind of like, I liked Carmen too. Like, I like to play Carmen. So, she liked to be Carmen, or she was Carmen? Alright, I need you to wait your turn though, because I gotta get back to this other person first, please. I'm getting, I just wanted to say hi. So if that's all you want. Okay. I'm going to just say what I heard. I'll be by later to check on the baby. This is is interesting because you didn't tell me who you are. So how am I gonna tell a person this? Okay. I, wait, before you go, actually, let's do that. Can you come closer and give me more energy, please? She's so sassy, bro. Like I like heard gum popping. So she's like, sure, honey. So I guess she's up north. Um, who talks like that? Is that just like New York kind of people, or it reminds me kind of Betty Boopish in a way, like sure, honey. Um, and then olive oil. Why did I see olive oil? I love her. I'm talking about the Popeye's girlfriend, like slick back ponytail. All right, give me. Okay, yeah. So I'm seeing her in the kitchen, and she's like banging pots. But I see her with like this checkered apron, and I'm seeing her from the back. So it's like the pulled checkered apron. It's giving off the I Love Lucy kind of vibes. So she has like the pulled apron. And again, it's kind of like that pencil / flare type of skirt. I'm seeing like this white blouse. Don't give me Lucy now. I don't need to see Lucy. And she's bopping around the kitchen. Okay, so she really, really, really loves music. She bops around the kitchen. Not banging pots and pans. She's actually washing them. So, so this is not a Saturday morning cleanup. This is just her routine is to play. I'm seeing this little radio in the corner. So we're not talking super modern times, we're talking older times, because I'm seeing this really boxy type of radio. Is it like a silver gray? It looks kind of cheap plastic, so to speak. And what am I seeing? Sorry, I just got distracted by my son. Oh, he came to visit. Yeah, okay, so I see like this plastic gray radio. It has like this huge speaker, this little one-sided speaker. I see the little antenna going. This does feel up north, because I see her like looking out this window. Kind of so this is like an apartment brownstone style. And so, oh, this is breakfast. Yeah, so this is the energy of breakfast. So actually she's just washing up after breakfast. She's got your breakfast on the table. She played the music so that your day would start good, so that the day would start good, to set the energy, set the tone of the day. Just to get you up and going. Your dad's not there. Why is he not there? Did he pass? Did he walk away? Oh, daddy moved on. Okay, I'm sorry. So I'm getting... Okay, I'm getting 80s era. So we're talking 80s era. This is divorce era. This is latchkey kid era. That's what we're getting. That's why I feel this pull of struggle. But she was very, very... The picture I'm getting is Sixth Sense, right? So if you've ever seen Sixth Sense... Ooh, the sun is beaming on me now. If you've ever seen Sixth Sense, the mom would try to be upbeat for the kid. And so that's the impression that I'm getting for you is you guys are newly into your by yourselves era. So it's you and just her. There is no other sibling. And she works pretty hard. I do get bartender? No, waitress. I get both. So she works hard. She works hours, like hours, hours, hours. So that's why it's latchkey kid era. Okay. Um, she was always focused on making things so much better for you that she forgot to take care of herself because she felt like she owed it to you. She owed it to you. Um, I'm getting because she felt like she made a bad choice in your father. In other words, they only got married because you were coming. And so she made a bad choice of being with him, knowing who he was. Okay. Um, I'm getting this is for an older guy because just now I saw you older. So yeah, if you were a latchkey kid, you'd be about my age, thereabout. I see you with glasses. I see you with who am I seeing? So I'm getting the impression you're something like this person here. God, he played a dad in a movie. Because I'm seeing like this swoop brown hair. I'm seeing thin wire glasses. Oh, I can't place this man. I can't place what movie he was in. But you're a rounder person. Um, and you've gone on to be successful for yourself. And she loves that. Like, she absolutely loves it. Uh, I got a feeling you took care of her until her end, though. So I guess I'm getting basically the memory first of her, I guess, to say who she is. So I'm getting the memory of her first. Latchkey kid era, we're talking about like New York or so. She definitely had the accent. She was a sassy person, hardworking. She waitressed and she bartended, or she waitressed in a bar. If it just feels both of those words apply to her. She would set the tone of your day by playing music loudly. She loved Cyndi Lauper. She loved Cyndi Lauper. Love Cyndi Lauper. Gosh, yes. And she just tried to make your day fun before you went off to school, and she would return late. So it was like just no time, no time, no time. And she knows that you appreciated her, but she just always felt like she wasn't doing enough. Always felt like she couldn't be enough. She couldn't erase her choice. But you weren't the bad part of that choice. So don't ever take it that way. Don't ever take it that she regretted you. She didn't regret you. She regretted that you had the father you had because of her choice. But she knows y'all always would have been together, though. Soul-wise, you would have always been together. Even if she had to come back as your cat. Which is funny. Anyway, again, she is proud of you. She's absolutely proud of you. She's saying that she regrets that you felt like you had to be the man of the household. You absolutely did not have to be. And that you need to allow yourself to love your wife more. That's the message, honey. She said, yes, that's the message, honey. Love your wife more. Relax more. Stop working so hard. Spend time with your kids. They both need you. They love you. And you're going to find yourself working so hard that the hours you could have spent with them are going to be lost. And they're only going to know you from a distance and not necessarily with love. And that you're going to come to regret your life if you don't slow down and not just smell the roses, but plant them. Plant them with your kids. Plant them with your wife. Your wife absolutely loves you. I just saw a flash of her. She's alive, obviously. But your wife absolutely loves you. She looks at you very, very adoringly through your mom's eyes. So I'm seeing like her through your mom's eyes. The sun is beaming on me so hard. But your wife loves you. But it is going to start to turn to resentment because you don't have time for the family. On this Father's Day, this is your message. There is more that is important than just providing financially. You think that's what you're here to do because your dad didn't do that for you. The part that your mother wished you had was not the money, but the man. And you're committing the same mistakes your dad did, only you're present. You're just not present. So hers is a warning. Your kids are young enough for this to be reversed. Your marriage is still linked enough for this to be reversed. And the arguments that are just now starting can die down if you take the time to reverse this. So, on this Father's Day, think about what being a father actually means. And it's not just a paycheck. I think this is a good place to land for today's reading. I think that was really awesome. We didn't need to use you today. That is the connection. That is the message. Thank y'all for being here. Thank you for the likes, the loves, the shares. Thank you for commenting. And for those of you who are not in the room, I'm going to tell you that young man's message, and by young man, he's my age. They're about like late 30s, early 40s. I get that he's about my age. Oh, he might be older than me. He's less than 50. Okay. So everything that's going on has a chance to be reversed. You have a chance to create the family that you actually want and not the one the world is telling you that you need to be creating. It's out there, y'all. Much love to y'all. Thank y'all. I hope you had a great one. If you did, I'm coming back tomorrow for day 3 of my 46 days of lives. If y'all can't tell, it's some nervous energy for me. But anyway, love y'all much. Bye-bye. I don't know how to get out of this. Where is off? Y'all tell me. I can't see. It's sunny. There we are.